This is NBC Palm Springs.
And they basically took the keys to the kingdom.
Golden Voice is here to stay. The parent company of the Coachella and Stagecoach Music Festival signs a deal. That means they'll be a fixture in the Valley for the next several decades. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky. Gino Lamont has the night off. It's been 2 years since hundreds of thousands of people from around the world streamed into the polo fields. And now that Golden Voice has signed a long-term agreement with the Empire Polo Club, that means both festivals will stay here in the desert at least until 2050. And with this deal, Golden Voice is planning to do more in the Valley than just those two festivals. Our Regina Ureta is live now from the polo fields in India with more details. Regina.
Olivia, in just over 5 months, these fields right behind me will be filled with concert goers for the first time in years. And with this new deal, that can become a regular year-round experience for visitors and residents.
They basically took the keys to the kingdom.
India will hold on to their title of the City of Festivals for decades to come now that Golden Voice has been given the key to the Empire Polo Club venue. Its extended agreement with them means Golden Voice will stay through 2050.
The lease lets them take full operational control of all the property so that they can plan and expand their concert business and make it grow even bigger than it has been.
Now Golden Voice is the property owner of 1,000 acres worth of spending venue. Al Hagan is the CEO of the Empire Polo Club. His family-owned business has been active in the desert since 1983, and while the revenue from all equestrian activities will still go to his family, he knows giving full ownership of the venue to Golden Voice will make a positive economic impact on the city.
To add additional major concerts, which is fabulous for the city of Indio, which brings a lot of income in with these concerts.
The city of Indio says the gross revenue for both weekends of Coachella in 2019 topped $47.3 million. Now with full operational control of the venue, Golden Voice can put on new concerts, festivals, sporting events, and private parties year-round, bringing in huge revenue for the city.
It's huge, and what this does for the city, it gives us the ability to create stable year-round employment, generate revenue for our residents, and also economic growth.
With Coachella and Stagecoach just about 5 months away, Golden Voice and the city are putting all their focus on the coming festivals.
We're the city of festivals, and we are really going to set the tone for the Coachella Valley.
And earlier this month, Golden Voice announced on social media that they updated their health and safety policy. So that means for entry, you will either have to show a negative COVID-19 test or vaccination proof. Live in Indio for NBC Palm Springs, I'm Regina Ureta.
All right. Thank you, Regina. The parent company that owns grocery chain El Super may have to pay $1.1 million in citations for COVID-19 sick leave violations. Several Riverside County El Super stores, including one in Indio, were cited for violations. An investigation into Bodega Latina found sick employees were forced to work. Quarantined employees were told to apply for unemployment, and others had to wait months to be paid. The company says the allegations are irresponsible and without merit. School resource officers for the Palm Springs Unified School District will be back on campus starting in early November. Thursday, the officers will begin a 5-day national SRO training program. It aims to help them develop relationships with diverse students, understand crime prevention on campus, cybersecurity, and sex trafficking. School resource officers have not been on campus this school year due to contract negotiations. The House votes to posthumously award the Congressional Gold Medal to the 13 service members killed in the Kabul airport terrorist attack. Congressman Raul Ruiz spoke on behalf of Corporal Hunter Lopez, the local Marine killed in that attack. The bill now heads to the Senate. Millions of dollars are being allocated for the residents in the Oasis mobile home site to relocate. In a unanimous vote, county officials say they're ready to get off this, quote, merry-go-round that comes with the property's many issues. The thermal mobile home park on Avenue 70 is located partially on the Torres Martinez Desert Cahuilla Indian Tribe Preservation, and it's on private property. The owner of the property died months ago, and the estate is tied up in probate. The residents have been dealing with extremely high levels of arsenic in their water for many years. In tonight's You Ask, We Investigate, many Palm Springs residents say they were surprised to see their trash service prices will be increasing. Some claim the hike is over 40%. Now they want to know what the increase is going towards and how long this will last. Our Kamari Esquera is live in the Satellite Center. She spoke to the city's disposal service group and has some answers for us. Kamari.
Good evening, Olivia. Electricity, water, gas, and now garbage. That's another bill that residents may soon see increase in the coming months. Just a few months, residents will see an increase in their garbage fees, and that bill won't be a mistake.
That's the annual increase. And basically what that is one part of it is the annual CPI and formula adjustment. The other is the tip fees that we incur at the facilities where the material goes.
Palm Springs residents in an online neighborhood group chat say they were notified by the city of a 40.8 rate increase for garbage removal. And the Palm Springs Disposal Services says there's several reasons for this hike.
The other part of this increase is the extraordinary rate adjustment. That has to do with the last 5-6 years of the recycling market and what's happened to it. It's basically tanked over the several years.
PSDS has been in communication with the city for years to recover losses from the recycling industry collapse.
We first brought this up with the city in 2016, the recycling market, and now what the cost is to recycle, and that's nothing new. This has been going on all over the state for the last 5 or 6 years.
Now, with the city's approval, PSDS can start making up for the loss by increasing its service fees for garbage removal.
The city brought an outside auditor in and found that, yes, in fact, these costs that we've incurred over the last several years since 2016 due to the recycling market crash, we're recovering the costs that have been incurred over those years.
The good news is the steep increase is only temporary.
Extraordinary rate adjustment will last for 6 months. It's just a recovery over what the costs that were incurred over the last since 2016.
But the bad news,
there'll still be the annual adjustment, but the cost will be adjusted back down to what the current tip fee is at the landfill or recycling facilities.
Garbage fees, like every other fee, will continue to increase each year.
But at the same time, we're now dealing with this new regulation, SB 1383. That's for everyone in the state. So there's going to be an adjustment for that as well. So these next couple of years will be volatile.
In a news release today, the city of Palm Springs said they will hold a public hearing to discuss rate adjustments for solid waste and recycling services during its December 9th city council meeting. If approved, rate adjustments would affect customers' bills from January 1st through June 30th of 2022. Live in the Satellite Center, Kamari Esquera, NBC Palm Springs.
All right, thank you, Kamari. And remember, if you have a story that you'd like us to look into, email us at news@nbcpalmsprings.com. You ask, we investigate.
Coronavirus coverage brought to you by East Valley COVID-19 testing site, serving residents of eastern Coachella Valley.
All right, here's a look at the latest local COVID numbers. 525 new cases, 12 new deaths reported today in Riverside County. The CDC now says certain people who are immunocompromised may need a fourth mRNA COVID-19 shot. People that qualify can get that fourth shot at least 6 months after getting their third shot. Research shows that another booster dose enhanced the antibody response to the vaccine in certain immunocompromised people. Governor Gavin Newsom rolled up his sleeve today for a booster shot. The governor got the Johnson & Johnson one-dose shot earlier this year. He was in Alameda County visiting a health clinic. The state is planning an ambitious effort to get more than 3 million California kids vaccinated. Preparations could be done as soon as next week to get shots in the arms of kids ages 5 to 11. For just the third time in 72 years, Palisades Ski Resort in Lake Tahoe SWIL opens in October. This week's record-breaking storm brought plenty of snow to the resort, and because of that, they had no choice but to open. Operators say it was a quick decision, and it's been all hands on deck.
Thinking I had about a month to get ready for opening day, and that's not the case anymore. We just got a couple of days. We really kicked it into overdrive. We've got our lift crews have to be out there, checking our lifts. Our ski patrols got to get suited up and back out there.
Masks will not be required outdoors per county guidelines. They're only required indoors. But one Tahoe resort is still suffering from the aftermath of summer fires. Sierra at Tahoe crews say parts of their property will be off limits this winter. The resort is still evaluating the extent of the damage, and it's taking them weeks to assess. Here's a live look outside now. This is courtesy of our Agua Caliente Casino cam. You can see it right there. All of the sunshine out here in the valley today. Let's go ahead and check in with our meteorologist, Jerry Steffen, for the latest on our gorgeous forecast out there. Jerry.
Well, we had cooler than normal weather the last two afternoons. Well, today we made up for that. We were close to 90 degrees this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine the next couple of days in front of us. We still have a weak Santa Ana flow that'll keep us on the dry side, and Halloween looks pretty good too. A mild forecast coming up on the 31st. Tonight, a little warmer with the overnight lows. They'll be falling down to the middle 60s tonight through tomorrow morning for the Coachella Valley. Nothing really happening on satellite or radar over the southwest, kind of a quiet weather pattern. Ridge of high pressure that brought temps up close to 90 today will be strengthening. Tomorrow, low 90s for many of us in the valley. Lots of sunshine. Still have that weak Santa Ana wind flow keeping us on the dry side for tomorrow. Dew points tomorrow in the 30s. We'll see teens for relative humidity for your Thursday afternoon. A beautiful day with lots of sunshine. 93 degrees in Palm Springs tomorrow, 93 Palm Desert, 92s at Thousand Palms in Indio, a high of 82 degrees at 29 Palms, 87 at Cabazon. Our Comfort Air 3-day forecast. Friday, still low 90s for us in the valley. Around that 90-degree mark on Saturday, a little high cloud action happening, and then we move into changes beginning on the 31st. I'll explain full forecast in just a bit.
Coming up next, the Democrats' economic and climate package continues to shrink. What's on the chopping block and who it could affect just minutes away. Plus, several red flags are uncovered as detectives continue investigating the deadly shooting on the set of Alex Baldwin's movie in New Mexico. You're watching NBC Palm Springs. See the difference. Tonight, we're learning for the first time how a live round was fired from what was supposed to be a prop gun on the set of Rust in New Mexico. Investigators describe how Alec Baldwin pulled the trigger, killing a cinematographer and wounding a director. Daryl Forges has the latest.
The facts are clear. A weapon was handed to Mr. Baldwin. The weapon is functional and fired a live round.
After nearly a week of uncertainty, Santa Fe Sheriff Adam Mendoza says investigators suspect it was a live round fired by actor Alec Baldwin that killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injured director Joel Souza on the set of the movie Rust. Sheriff Mendoza says the so-called dead projectile was recovered from Souza's shoulder.
We regard this specific spent casing and recovered projectile to be the live round that was fired from the revolver by Mr. Baldwin.
Through search warrants, investigators say they collected about 600 items of evidence, including 3 firearms, approximately 500 rounds of ammunition, and several pieces of clothing and accessories.
We believe that we have in our possession the firearm that was fired by Mr. Baldwin.
Now they're working to figure out how a loaded gun ended up in Baldwin's hands that day.
People that inspected or handled the firearm when it was loaded before it got to Mr. Baldwin, we're interviewing. And there's some follow-up questions that we need to do.
Baldwin is cooperating with investigators. As for potential charges for anyone involved,
we cannot answer that question yet until we complete a more thorough investigation.
I'm Daryl Forges reporting.
And as that investigation continues, much of the focus now is on the production's 24-year-old armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. She was working on just her second feature film and was the person who oversees gun safety on set. Longtime armorers say her lack of experience should have been a huge red flag. Earlier today, we sat down with local filmmaker Christian Sesma. He's filmed several feature films out here in the Coachella Valley. Here's a portion of that interview.
There was a lot of things that went wrong. Obviously, you know, the worst part is that a live round got put in with blanks, and that's basically, you know, the end all be all of it. For us, every round is counted, every blank is counted. There should never be a live round, live ammunition on set ever. That's just kind of standard protocol. And then obviously from a lot of stories that were coming out, I mean, it was a huge negligence on the armor, huge negligence on the first AD, the first assistant director. There's just a lot of things that went wrong for this to happen, for sure.
Hear more of this interview with local filmmaker Christian Sesma ahead tonight at 6 o'clock. He takes us through the whole process of firing a gun on set from start to finish. A suspect in an Idaho mall shooting has died. Boise police say the man they had in custody, 27-year-old Jacob Berquist, died while being treated for injuries from a shootout with officers. Police say Berquist shot and killed 2 people at a mall Monday afternoon. 4 others, including an officer, were injured. Police say the suspect was in possession of multiple firearms and ammunition on the scene. Democrats are expected to drop paid family and medical leave from their economic and climate package. These measures were a key part of Biden's campaign promise, but moderate Democrats have stalled all progress on the bill. The original plan called for 12 weeks of leave, but that was cut to 4 weeks in an effort to get the support of Senator Joe Manchin. The 4-week plan was also rejected, and a further attempt to compromise with Manchin has failed as well. Also dropped from the plan, tuition-free community college, major climate provisions, prescription drug price controls, and expanded vision, hearing, and dental for Medicare. Here's a live look outside as we head to a quick break. This is courtesy of our Agua Caliente Casino Cam, a gorgeous shot downtown Palm Springs. Jerry's up next with your full forecast. Stay with us. live look for you here. And spoiler alert, it's absolutely beautiful. This is courtesy of our Walter Clark Highway 111 cam. Nothing but blue skies out there. Let's send it on over to our meteorologist, Jerry Steffen, for the latest. Jerry.
As you remember, Monday we had a little bit of rain and wind in Southern California, all part of a frontal passage, which kept temps below average by about 10 degrees. That was the case yesterday, high of only 80 degrees. We made up for that earlier today with temps that were close to normal. Nothing on satellite or radar over the southwest, a quiet weather pattern with normal numbers. Temperatures overnight will come up a little bit. Overnight lows will rest in the middle 60s under clear skies for the Coachella Valley, low 60s up north, same for the San Gorgonio Pass cities. High pressure, which brought those numbers to normal earlier today, will be with us. It'll strengthen a little more, adding a few degrees. So low 90s under sunshine and dry Santa Ana wind flow into Southern California will be the case for your Thursday afternoon. Thursday, 93 degrees at Palm Springs, Palm Desert. 92 is expected at Thousand Palms and Indio. Upper 70s, low 80s for the high desert cities, and middle 80s under sunshine expected at Banning, Beaumont, and Cabazon. Friday, not much change. Lots of sunshine, low 90s for the Coachella Valley. A beautiful day, 80s up north and to our west. 64 degrees, the high at Big Bear City. Things change on Halloween a little bit. We'll have a trough of low pressure, although very weak. It'll fall apart by the time it makes its way into the southwest. It'll bring an onshore flow that will bring those dew points up a little bit, but still relatively dry. And temperatures slip a little bit too. So on Halloween, I expect temperatures to peak in the middle 80s for the valley under mostly sunny skies. Temperatures include on the 31st, 84 degrees at Palm Springs, 85 at Indio, 86 under mostly sunny skies at Palm Desert. We'll stay dry over the next few days. In fact, we're expecting teens for relative humidity in the middle of the afternoon, Thursday, Friday, and again on Saturday afternoon. And skies will remain clear too. Thursday, Friday, lots of sunshine. A few high clouds do move in to the picture on Saturday afternoon. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, not all that bad. Looks pretty good for the valley. Expect a high of 93 tomorrow under all sunshine. A few high clouds, but mostly sunny skies on Friday with 91 for Palm Springs. Still close to 90 for the valley on Saturday. Temps slip a little bit on Sunday. Breezy onshore winds with a high of 84. Same for the first day of November. 84 degrees for Palm Springs with mostly sunny skies.
In consumer news tonight, a federal judge denies a request by Southwest Airlines Pilots Union for an injunction blocking the airline's vaccine mandate. The judge says requiring vaccinations will make Southwest operations safer and more efficient. The mandate is part of President Biden's requirement for federal contractors. Southwest says employees won't be immediately fired for refusing to comply. College enrollment is on a dramatic decline. U.S. undergraduate enrollment has dipped 3.2% since fall of 2020. That's after another dip from the year before. Experts say if the rate of decline holds, it would be the largest two-year higher education enrollment drop in the last 50 years. Analysts blame the labor market luring young people away with increased wages, but graduate enrollment at colleges and universities is growing. It's up more than 5% over the last 2 years. We're back after this break. Stay with us. We will leave you with this tonight. With Halloween just a few days away, a new interactive map shows which Halloween candies are most popular in every state. CandyStore.com says it used 14 years worth of data to put together the map. The winner in California appears to be Reese's, and I'm a proud Californian with that choice. Reese's definitely would be my pick. Those who picked candy corn, I know it's an icon for Halloween, but you like eating plastic? Because that's what it feels like to me. Thanks for joining us. Have a great Halloween when it gets here. We'll see you at 6.